Agenda Rights. Bath time. Welcome back, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm really pleased to be back. I just saw him on there then. He just sat down, didn't say a word, and just ate a big bowl of spaghetti in front of me, which is a real treat. So it's lovely to see everyone again, and I hope that you're all doing well as well.
Dora, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Are you hot enough over there?
Oh yeah, I'm hot, in every sense of the word, but I'm literally sweating bullets right now. And yeah, it's good to be kind of back. I was very busy this week. It's, with the heat, with, work and everything, I was very busy. Today is a huge, I would say bank holiday, but it's like a Catholic thing. Great, Virgin Mary, it's her day, whatever. So I am awake since 4 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I'm ready to talk United. And I've been absolutely besides that, the point that when where we signed 2 players recently, and Luke Shaw getting injured, I don't know what is happening. So I'm really excited to talk about United once again. I cannot wait for that game tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully you are all doing well.
On Monday.
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. B? How you doing, Dora? And welcome back, Bath Time. It's been a long time, and you've been missed, most certainly. I hope you had a wonderful time away. I didn't speak to you backstage because I'd rushed home. I bought Chinese. It wasn't spaghetti. It was Chinese Singapore fried noodles. I don't know if anyone's ever tried that.
I said it was noodles. Yes, I knew it.
That's Singapore fried noodles. They're really thin and they're spicy. Yeah, it's the best. But I had to eat. I wouldn't start the show on an empty stomach because then I'd be rumbling and all kinds of things would be going on. So I wanted to eat, let my food settle, and then say greetings, welcome back. The 4 horsemen are back to ride.
Of the apocalypse.
Yep.
Yes.
The apocalypse. Well, it's not all doom and gloom, is it? This is we're going to switch it round. We're the 4 horsemen of the future, which is going to be daisies, roses, sunshine, glorious things. And this season, because it's season preview, Fulham preview, it's going to be beautiful. I
associate all those things with Mr. B. Sunshine, roses, positive attitude.
Oh, you're a wanker half time.
I know.
Right, look, before we go any further, we're going to shout out Solo in the house. Thanks for the help earlier on, although we didn't get too far. But look, that's what it is. Matty Bassett, I see you, man. DK Wilson, King Dino, Andrew Williams, Bilal, Simon. What else is it? Right. Ooh. Who's that? Victoria's Secrets.
Hey, Victoria's Secrets. No long time no see. How are you doing? How are you?
I say I knew they weren't looking for us with a name like that.
Yes.
We deserve better. We see ya. And V. Good evening, everyone. All right, look. Where do we start? Do we start with the little bit of news that we had, or do we go straight into the preview?
News.
Okay. Well, we've started hijacking people again.
Okay.
It sounds.
Foul.
Oh no, they are. Listen, that's what they do. They wait for people to agree terms, and then pounce.
Kadioglu.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you very much. Kadioglu. I sound like a Monday day getting the name for. Yeah, Kadioglu. Brighton, £25 million bid. They're just trying to sort out agreeing terms, and it sounds like we're trying to jump in there, improve terms. Fee wise, it wouldn't be more than Brighton would be paying, but Brighton have got theirs in add-ons, which you probably won't get. So yeah, look, obviously, for us to be looking for a left back, I assume they're thinking Luke Shaw is probably isn't going to be back as soon as they want, or they're looking for that upgrade now instead of waiting a year. They may be looking to see if they can get the player in now. What do you think of our strategy, Bath Time, and what are your thoughts on what's been happening?
Well, I think the first thing, right, is that like modern players only really care about 2 things, really, like in terms of stuff they can win. It's the World Cup and the Champions League. Like those are the pinnacles for a footballer now. Obviously, we can't offer World Cup football, And we haven't got anywhere near a Champions League for coming up to 20 years. So we're not going to be like associating with the top elite players. All right. So everyone we go for is going to have like strengths and weaknesses. And we just have to accept that where we are at the moment, like I know a lot of people are kind of a bit torn on De Ligt. Some people like him. Some people think he's the answer. Some people think he's rubbish. He's probably somewhere in between. And Kadioglu, for example, is someone who can give you reasonable quality in more positions than like. Does he play 7 positions or something like that? That's great to have in the squad. I personally think that rather than sort of worrying about the men that we're getting in this season, we've got to see how they develop. Because in Yoro, Kobe, and Garnacho, we've got 3 of the best young talents in world football. We've got Xerxes as well, who probably isn't at that level, but is a good player. And we've got to see how they can be developed. So I'm absolutely fine with all these people coming in, but we have to accept that they're not top players. But we can make them, maybe with the coaching and the setup that's around, we can make them into top players. So I wouldn't get too worried about passing statistics and stuff like that, because these are not the finished articles, say, the way we thought a Pogba or a Sancho or even a Alexis Sanchez was. So that would kind of be my take on the signings, that it's the start of something. And it's up to us as a club and up to them as individuals to hit their potential.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Bath Time. Great, welcome back.
Thank you.
Was that scripted?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Put it down now. Really good. Yeah, I hear what you say. So Mr. B asked a question, Dora. He was saying the way we're going about our business. I mean, the word used is hijacked. So we were interested in him because I think we've done a show on him recently. So we sort of gave him the thumbs up. Said he's quite versatile, as Bath Time was saying, playing various positions. Got to see him firsthand in the Euros as well. It looked really good. Before I even knew he was, I thought that guy looks good, you know. But is it right to come in and hijack like that? Poor Brighton.
Do you remember the last player we hijacked?
Yoro.
Malacia.
From
where was he going?
Was it Rennes in France?
Oh.
There was a French team. We did exactly the same thing. They agreed a fee, and we came in on the day and sorted it out. And to be honest, that hasn't worked out too well for us.
And Harry Maguire, if I'm not mistaken, I think Pep wanted him, and
but they said they weren't going to pay more than 50 for him, so we ended up paying more than 30 for him.
Yeah, that's probably not then a hijack. I think it's okay. I think we should hijack every single transfer. Just, establish a dominance over these clubs. Remind them who Manchester United is and who we are. And I think that's a really good strategy, because you're putting, putting, how do you say it? You are, throwing a wrench in probably, good negotiations or very bad negotiations, because they already agreed a fee, and then United comes in, and then the player is like, okay, this is United. Sorry,
could that come back to bite us if we just run around like hijacking deals? Does that mean that in the future clubs might not want to deal with us?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I think that people would want to deal with us because we are always selling cheap. I cannot remember the last time we actually sold a very expensive player. I think Dan James is the only player that we sold on profit, if I'm not mistaken. If you just look at the price tags, right? We bought him for 15 mil. We sold him for almost 30 mil to Leeds, or whoever was it. I cannot remember, but I really don't care, honestly. Like, just establish your dominance. And I don't think we are going to hijack every single transfer, but I mean, I think everyone is doing it. Real Madrid has been doing it for very, so many years. I know we're not on their level. Other teams as well. I mean, even Chelsea, they are PSG did it to Chelsea, actually, with Ugarte, if I'm not mistaken, last season. They hijacked their transfer. It was already, established that he's going to come there. And it's always happening. And, I'm glad that United is finally coming into this and, stopped being the passenger. Like, we are only watching, we are only looking, we are only like, the whole...
get off the plane and just drive it yourself.
Yeah,
no more sitting about.
We are only, we are looking FC, however you say it. So it's refreshing to see. It's refreshing to see.
But do you think, like, with the limited money we've got, Dora, Kadioglu to me just screams squad player, like Phil Neville or something. Like, he can fill in at loads of different positions, really useful. Yeah. Should we not really be looking for, a number 6 really is every team seems to be after one, like Liverpool as well. But we can't find the central midfielder that can sort of link up play and things.
Do you think that Ugarte deal is off?
No, I
have no idea what's going on.
I think it's still running. I think
really.
I do. The fact that we haven't bought anybody, and they don't really want to be those guys who are going to be letting down Ten Hag before the window starts. I think there's still legs in that. Whether or not it goes over the line, I just think that the Berg deal, the Sander Berg one, is one that can be done just like that. So I think that's the one that they're waiting on. But I think there's still legs in that one. I still really think
if the agent has flown to Manchester, you've got to think that something is going to happen there. George Mendes isn't going to visit the Arndale Centre and wave to Andy Tate as he's flying in. There's this reason that he's gone there, and I'd be very surprised if Ugarte doesn't end up at United in this window.
Yeah, but I know what people are saying. I think we desperately need that midfielder, that number 6, to come in instead of Casemiro, because I don't. Even though he looks fitter than last season, I still don't believe in him. I need like the preseason games. People are going to say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." He still looks rusty. And honestly, I think left back was Luke Shaw once again gets injured. He's going to be out for once again for months. Old story. It's insane to me that we didn't sign more left backs. I mean, we signed Malacia, but another one even before Tarel Malacia. I know we had Alex Telles, but he wasn't playing at all. It's just a calamity that we are always relying on a guy who's getting injured, and then Diogo Dalot needs to play a left back because this guy isn't available. And now we have Mazraoui, right? He's a right back, but he's also injury prone. So it's obvious that we need more players, and hopefully we address that in the future.
So, Dora, I saw this thing, where they, I don't know how true it is, but I saw an article that said that United aren't really moving for a number 6, a lone pivot, because there aren't many on the market and they can't really get anyone. And they think that Toby Collier is going to sort of fulfill that position. Do you think that with left back, it might be something similar where they think that Harry Amas is going to be the truth. He's going to be the real deal. And it's just a waiting game to get him physically ready. So there isn't much point going out and spunking 30 million on, I don't know, Hincapié or someone.
Yeah, they probably think they don't want another Sofiane Amrabat. Honestly, everyone who is trying to call back Amrabat after that season at United, I think I would rather not. Honestly, despite not having a number 6, I don't think he's going to elevate us at all. He will only sit on the bench. Ten Hag won't use him, in my opinion, that much. So I believe that's the case. I think said it multiple times since they came in. They want to accumulate more talent from the academy. They want to have more Rashfords, more Kobe Mainos, more Garnachos, and I think that's the case here, honestly. And as you guys mentioned, we are, we don't have that much money. We are going to try sell more and more people in the next transfer windows, and this is kind of a way to, save some money and bank on the possibly, very talented players in the academy.
Would you have Amrabat starting over Casemiro if you were picking the team?
No.
Even after the cup final?
That's history. That's gone. That's
yeah,
gone.
But that's the best way of judging future performance.
Yeah, but Casemiro's been playing.
Yeah, but he hasn't been playing as a 6, has he?
Who, Casemiro? Yes, he has.
I mean, I've only seen the Rangers game and someone else that we played. I can't remember.
Where else is he going to play?
Played as an 8.
Oh, he didn't play as an 8.
He did. At first game, he definitely played as an 8 because Collier was the 6.
Now that all the players are back, he ain't been playing as an 8. He ain't been playing as an 8. He's been playing as a 6.
Regardless, I do think Casemiro is going to find a way into the first team. He's got experience. I mean, you cannot write that off. I know, from the outside, we criticize him, but when you're on the inside at a football club, you value his experience. You must be doing something positive in and around the club, based on what he's got. Telling stories about his day, winning 5 Champions League, getting them out all the kids after training, sitting them down and saying, "Tell us again about that Champions League you won. Tell us again about that play with Ronaldo, Casemiro. Tell us again about Modric and Cruz."
Like an uncle at a barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. With his apron on. And so I think Casemiro. I know, regardless, even I criticize him, but I think there's enough experience to have balance at the side. Why you should have him in the side, and he showed that in the game. He scored in pre-season. He always comes up with goals. He's got a lot of experience. It's the most important thing about it. And he can get us through games. And he's talking. He's a bit of a leader as well. And I think he's got something to prove. So for now, for the next few months, I think Mr. B agreed to do a Casemiro watch for every month or something like that. So let's assess him
every
after
bloody game
and see how we feel then.
We'll see. You want to go through some of these comments before these guys have heart attacks?
There's so many coming through. I just want to say greetings to everyone. And don't ask me to pronounce the Fenerbahce fullback's name. In the heart defense, says B, a fortress stands tall. De Ligt, a sentinel, answers with the call. With courage and strength, he guards every line. A warrior of football, both fierce and divine.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
What a poet. I love having V on the show. For your information, De Ligt is a great signing, says King Dina. The Fenerbahce fullback is at Fenerbahce. I do want to pronounce his name. Mourinho is the Fenerbahce fullback's new manager, I believe. He won't let him join Man United that easily. Why? Why is that? Ferdy is a unique player, can play in several positions. He's amazing. Says, not me, but you. We deserve better. Wasn't Euro and Zerchi near enough hijacks? Because we were talking about hijacking players. Both agreed terms with other clubs as well. V again, not rhyming this time, says, I recently watched a training video involving De Ligt. I think we've all seen that today. He was very vocal. At 25, he's ready to give us his best years. I'm really impressed by that. A lot of training videos I've seen, really impressed by Man United and the coaching. Football transfers are cut and thrust business, says we deserve better. Snooze, you lose. The two right. I love it when Mr. B is in charge of the comments. He actually wasn't. It was me. Everyone was asking, was it bath time? Was it Dora? It was me on the comments. Hit a like, guys. Big up to Eddie Football Waffle. Hopefully he wants to see Searchy tomorrow. Victorious Secrets. What a name. We need to concentrate on other positions before we sign the defender, especially on our limited budget. Sorry, guys, I can't do everyone. Ugarte says Simon Warner might be our next signing, but we can't force this. Who's doing the comments? I'm stumped. They still can't work it out. And Simon Warner talking about Luke Shaw. Shaw only has to trip over a blade of grass or an ant, and he's crocked. He's worse than Martial, who apparently is still at the club with Brandon Williams. Is it Brandon Williams, the fullback? He's still there as well. Is that true? They're both still at the club, guys.
Yeah, well, they listen. At the end of the day, United have got a clear duty to look after these guys until they find a club. They're not going to play, fine, but they still need to train. They haven't shut them out. So yeah, if they're still at the club, that's fine, but they ain't staying.
I thought Martial's contract's expired. So
Martial's gone.
I think he was talking about Brandon Jones.
I saw something
about Brandon Williams.
That Brandon Williams and Martial were training with the club. Maybe I'm wrong, but I saw something on Twitter today that both Martial and Brandon Williams are still at the club training.
Might be a favour for Martial.
Yeah,
give him somewhere to get fit.
Okay.
Weird one. Okay. Well, look, let's drift on to some good news. McTominay's on his way out. 25 mil. I no longer have to sit on these watch-alongs with my face push up. If he does go, I'll be honest. If he goes, I'll be delighted. Everybody knows that already. I'm not going to say much more than that. I hope that Conte does the biz. I hope that they sell Osimhen to Chelsea and whatever else they need to do to get the money to take him. It seems like he's not too au fait to go in there. Doesn't have an issue going there. So yeah, Viva Napoli and Conte. What are you thinking, bath time?
I think it's a shame, but I believe that it's probably McTominay that is driving this. I suspect that he wants to be a first team player. He's basically been a first team player all of his United career. He got pushed out of the team when Ten Hag came, and then he was put straight back in after the Liverpool game. Very similar last year after the Brentford game. And I think that he probably doesn't want to have to go through it all again and feels that he should be certainly a first-team player. I think it's a massive miss for the squad because not only does he bring the level up in training, which is really, really important, like having someone who is there just doing everything, hitting the physicals and stuff like that. He's extremely good in both boxes. Like he has height, he has the ability to block, he has the ability to score. And those are things that win your football matches. And I think, I mean, I'd be all right with it if we were getting someone in who I thought was better. But I don't think we are, and I think that we will miss him. But I think he's been a fabulous servant to Manchester United, and I wish him all the best in his career at Napoli as he presumably overtakes Maradona as their favoured son.
Very good, Bart. Dora, I'll come to you. I just want to say this about McTominay. You know I like him as a player. I agree with bath time. Not often I do, but what he said there about the levels, the physicality, the training. He's a beast. He's 6'3". He's built like a middleweight boxer. Abs.
Plays like a middleweight boxer.
Yeah. And there's a quote the other day, and I want to say shout out to Dallo, who follows Ronaldo. But there's a quote the other day about Ronaldo. It says, like, he's coached maybe 1 hour a day. The rest of the time, he does his own work to keep himself in shape, you know? And you know that with Ronaldo already. I think McTominay is the same as well. When you got someone like that around you and you're looking at your belly and you go in the change room, you take up the top and everything, you can't help but have a look around and say, boy. And if you're feeling like Sancho or Luke Shaw, you're hiding in the corner or, you know, putting a towel around you like that because you're ashamed of yourself. And I think when you got examples like that, Greek like goddesses, or not goddesses, Greek gods, sorry, like McTominay, like Dallo, guys in shape, it really raises the bar for these guys. And you don't want to be ripped in the change room like Luke Shaw probably has, saying, look at you, or Sancho, look at your belly, or something like that. The training is the most important thing. We've seen some footage lately, but McTominay does put it in, and I would be, me too. I think he needs to stay at the club if he can.
To do what? Sorry, what is he going to do? Why is he going to stay at the club? Because you two here in this bloody appreciation club, wouldn't he stay at the club to do what? What is he going to stay at the club to do? He scored a fifth of our
goals last season.
Because the team was shit.
No, Eddie wants him to stay at the club, so the Man United agenda, Mr. B, can say.
No, I don't need to say it no more. He's going. I don't need to call him that anymore. He's going. I'm happy. I just don't understand.
I'll give you an example, Mr. B. Right? Do you remember Ahmad's goal in the last minute against Liverpool? Yeah. In the FA Cup.
Just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
That was from McTominay clearing a header. Right? It's like he also scored in that game to open the scoring, Mr. P. And he scored in the next game in the FA Cup semi-final.
You will never, ever convince me, bath time.
All right, but look, what I'm saying is that there are lots of people who will talk about playing on the half turn, like breaking lines, all that kind of like technical stuff. It's goals and clean sheets that win your matches. And McTominay contributes to that as much and more so than most people in our squad. Plus, his running off the ball is incredibly important. With Kobe Mainoo this season, if you want to see the best of Kobe, you're going to need to see someone run ahead of Kobe to give him the time and space to manipulate the ball. Like, that's not Casemiro. Now, and the thing is that I know that it's like talking to a brick wall with you, because you won't change really your opinion, which is fine. It's your opinion, but you can't say that he is not of use. You might say that you don't like him aesthetically and he lacks things in his game, but you've seen him over the years. He is an extremely useful player.
Dora? Wait, are we splitting this down the middle? Is it me and Barkham against you two? I sense that's the way it's going.
I remember Scott McTominay coming into the team under Jose Mourinho after he had I think Pogba got injured, fifth time in a row or something, and they had a small falling out, and McTominay came in, and it was good to see academy players and all that. My issue with the whole McFred experiment, and I know Bedtime loves those two together. I was not a fan of that midfield, and I expressed my anger multiple times on this platform about that. I think I started respecting him in the recent last season, particularly maybe because I came into to this channel, and Bedtime kind of made some good points about his usefulness. I think he can be useful to the club. I always said that I don't necessarily think that he is a good player or an insane player, but I think that as a squad player, he's very valuable. And we saw that last season, and I know Mr. P says, oh, we were shit. But who stepped up last season? Who stepped up? He stepped up. He saved Ten Hag's job. That's, in a nutshell, the last season about McTominay, and he saved his job. Do I want him to leave? Like, what? Where is he? I know bad time that you said, he's always favored by the managers. Mourinho loved him. Ragnick, in the end, put him in a non-stop. Ten Hag needed to put him in, at the end of the day. But we have Mount back. We have Kobe there at number 8. McTominay is a number 8. I don't think that he can play at number 6 because he doesn't have the ability to do it. Maybe off ball, but on ball he's not very good. So Bruno can play a number 8 as well. So who is going to play? Where is he going to play? And I know you're going to say, oh, he can play there, blah, blah, blah. But I think at this moment in time, there is less and less space for him, which is very sad in my opinion. I think Ten Hag obviously favors the Kobe, Bruno, Casemiro, or Kobe, Bruno, Mount, like some kind of that, combination. And I don't think that McTominay would want at the peak of his career to sit on the bench for, and warm up the bench for a youngster that is Kobe Mainoo. Or someone else. Like, I believe that the best course of action is for him to leave. Am I happy about it? I'm not exhilarated like I would be 3 years ago, because I always believe that we need a good squad. But I think if we can get a decent money for him, at least 30 million euros or something like that, and he wants to play, and forward his career, I think it's the best for us to sell him. Which I started to like him last season. I think he was very useful, but I think some stories end, and I think McTominay's ended, at United, unfortunately. So yeah.
Well, makes a good point, Dora. But so one thing like that we've always seen from Ten Hag, right, is he likes a high block. Okay. So he likes us to push up the pitch and try and win the ball as far up the pitch as possible. This is where players like Mount are really good, because Mount, even though he hardly played last season, by far he won the most balls up the pitch. out of anyone. The thing is that towards the end of the season, we saw United actually just going into mid blocks against Newcastle, Arsenal, Man City in the cup final. This mid block doesn't get the best out of Man. And we saw him also playing much deeper than normal against City in the Charity Shield, certainly in the first half. So what is going to be interesting about what we see against Fulham tomorrow is that maybe that is just because we were playing City and that we have to sit off them a little bit and not allow access into our midfield. So the thing is that McTominay is better in those situations at leading a mid block. He's really, really good at it. So if we get rid of McTominay, we are weaker in that mid block than he's the best midfielder for the mid block in the team.
Oh,
well, Mr. B,
I don't even know why I brought his name up, and the fact that you've come back off. Yeah, the fact that you've come back after 2 weeks, it just sounds like you're trying to wind me up half time.
Well, I haven't even brought up the Rodri stuff yet. That would
I don't. You don't bring up nothing. I don't look. This was a conversation that we had. He's going, and I'm glad he's going.
Yeah, I think he is going.
Yeah.
No.
I can't have you defending him without me sitting here just effing and blinding down the place.
All right, when he goes, Mr. B, will you at least say nice things about him when he's departed?
I don't not say nice things about him now, apart from his name. Listen. He served his purpose. He got us to the level that we got to, and enjoy wherever he goes. That's about the best he's ever going to get from me, to be fair.
You're such a cruel and hard man. That's so unfair.
It's not. He served his purpose. You know what it is? Because I've never ever. It's not like I rated him and I fell out in love with him, and then you like him again. I just thought this guy is shit, and then the more that I see him in the certain positions he played in, I just think he really, really is. You know what I mean? He's every athlete, well done. He can run up and down, but I'm just not.
Who do you replace him with, best time in the squad?
You'll all shout at me if I tell you who I think we should get.
Oh, okay, say it.
Jesus Christ.
Conor Gallagher.
Oh, do you know what, Bath time? If you fuck it, I swear. Sorry, man. I will just go. We won't
sign him, Mr. B. Chill. We won't sign him. Don't worry. He's gone to Atletico Madrid.
I like Conor Gallagher.
You're the wind-up, Bath time. Jesus Christ.
He's in Spain, Mr. B.
He's not.
He's not in Spain. London. He's back in London. He flew back.
Hijack time, Dora. As you were saying earlier, let's go and hijack it.
Oh my God! Everyone is hijacking everyone. Oh my God! I'm
not
going to make that joke. It's written. It's writing itself. I'm not saying it, but it's getting hijacked.
I would also go after Chalobah as well. I think that he's the player. I'd prefer him to Kadioglu, to be honest, as a sort of utility defender.
Different side. Wouldn't Kadioglu be coming in as left back?
Well, I mean, he's right-footed, Kadioglu. He played left back for Turkey, but I'm not a fan of having right-footers left back because it invites the press, I feel.
Okay.
Guys, transfer thing is a thing of the past. Tomorrow we start our first game of the season, so please, can we move on?
Now I can have a smile on my face. Now I can have a smile on my face. I am so looking forward to this season. I'm so looking forward to the game. We still need to buy players, but I think this is the most confident I've been going into the first game in a long time. Ten Hag said today, he doesn't think we're ready, but I just think it was misquoted. I kind of saw the quotes. He said that there's a lot of teams who aren't ready just because of the Euros, not being able to have everybody in the different times that everybody came. It's everybody's problem, but we're ready to I think we're going to smoke. I think we're going to smoke Fulham, man. I really, really. I don't know who's going to score our goals because that was the big issue last season, but they won't be running through us.
Ooh. I mean, the one thing is that the game's very likely, I think, to be delayed tomorrow night. so get ready for that. There's a new ticketing system being used at Old Trafford.
Oh wow!
And that means I'd put money if I was a gambling man on a 15-minute delay because fans can't get in tomorrow.
All right. You know what? Fulham have been making some signings, haven't they? Obviously, we're not talking about other teams so much, but because we are playing them, I thought they were quite impressive last season with the little outfit they've got. They've made a few additions as well. They've sold Reed, haven't they, to Leicester. But they've still got the Brazilian, who we mentioned last night on the show in the quiz. What's his name again?
William.
He's still there. And they sold Mitrovic, but they've got the guy who used to play at Wolves up front. What's his name? The mask-wearing guy, a Mexican.
Raul Jimenez,
yeah. So
I think he is not that good anymore. I'm sorry.
You don't think he's that good anymore?
No, I think after that, after he messed up his face, and I mean, not face, I mean, he had a brain surgery. What am I talking about? He's not the same as he was before.
But they are physical. I just could name a few players that I think are really strong. Bassi at the back, he's a beast. If you've ever stood next to him, you realise how big and strong he is. And then they got Okocha's nephew playing for them. He's got something to prove. Someone who impressed Bath time at Everton and got his move to Fulham, and he's playing really well. And obviously, ex-Arsenal Smith Rowe as well, who's got the hunger and desire to do something at Fulham.
Who's
so yeah, it's an interesting game. Sorry?
Who's Okocha's nephew, for people who don't know?
Oh, Okocha's nephew is
Alex Iwobi.
Iwobi, that's it. Alex Iwobi. I always call him Okocha, but he's a good player. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, and it's a good game. I think when you look at the fixtures, Mr. B, the fixtures help us, considering everyone was saying Ten Hag out last season, and they will be. They've gone quiet for now because they like how things are going, but they're still in the background, just waiting to pounce. You know, like some vultures over some road.
Vultures don't pounce.
Okay. They wait around, don't they?
Yeah. But what's the name of the Fulham striker? I think they had a striker who went on a hot streak last year. Munoz. I think because he's strong and powerful, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always remember Sam Allardyce talked about how when there was a player called Mangala, I think, who was a centre-back for City.
That's right.
They targeted him on the first game of the season because he was like, it was his Premier League debut. I'd be a little bit worried about Munoz targeting like some of our new signings in defence. Like, I really hope that it's not a wake-up call, because I obviously see quite a lot of Fulham. Like, I go to every Fulham away game, and they're a really strong, powerful team. Like, you've got to compete with them physically before you can play football. And when Ten Hag, Mr. B, was talking about how we're not 100% ready, I believe him 100% because of the Euros and the Tour and stuff. Like, Fulham, I think, are going to be far more match fit and far more conditioned than we are. And I am a little bit worried about the physicality that they're going to bring against us. But it's going to be a huge wake-up call for players like Xerxes and De Ligt and so on. Starting their first game, thinking it's all going to be fun and games, and then Munoz is just kicking them in the balls and pulling their armpit hair.
So you don't think this is stuff that they're going to expect?
I remember that when Timo Werner came to the Premier League, in his first game for Chelsea was against Brighton, and all he did was talk about how strong Lewis Dunk was afterwards. And I don't think Lewis Dunk is a particularly outstanding Premier League defender, but it was a step up from what Timo Werner had to face in Germany. And like with De Ligt and Mazraoui coming from Germany, maybe they might be shocked at just the complete quality of like the physicality that the Premier League has.
Two things quickly that will make me laugh. The Crystal Palace guy who went to Bayern Munich, winger.
Elise.
Have you seen his press conference? Because he doesn't talk very well. and they asked him about the differences between the Premiership and playing in the Bundesliga, and he's like, I don't know. Just like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's real roadman talk. I don't know. And then also, obviously, you're referring to introduction to the Premier League, and there is something different about it. More spice, more physicality. And Casemiro made a statement, didn't he, about a month ago, about the difference between the Liga and the Premier League. So Dora, I mean, what's it like? The Croatian League is known for what? What's it known for?
It's known for match fixing. I'm just kidding. That was 20-something years ago. I mean, we are, it's good for young players. I think it's very technical. I think we borrowed that from. I'm not borrowed that. I think we have a lot of influences from German and Italian league. But yeah, we are more on the technical side. I think that technique is very important here. I think the fast physicality comes, later, because I think that a lot of our clubs are losing that when we sell players to other leagues. But yeah,
is it mainly sort of Slavs in your league, or do you have like Brazilians and things?
We have more and more foreigners, and a lot of what I noticed, which is very cool in my opinion. I think that we have a lot of South American players, African players coming in as well, which is very cool. Dinamo Zagreb, for example, started loaning in players from the Japanese football academies, which is very cool as well. One of them actually was one of the best players last season, very pivotal in the league run in the last 10 throughout the whole season. So I think there is. But when it comes to this game, like I'm looking at Fulham, what place did they end up last season? I don't think they were I think they were 10th to 11th, 12th. I cannot find it. Sorry. It doesn't matter. But when you said that Rodrigo Muniz had a hot streak and all like that, I watched him. He's not that impressive. He only scored 10 goals last season, and he had 1 assist. At Euros, he couldn't. No one trusted him to be. And I know people are going to say, "Oh, Ronaldo needed to play," but he wasn't that impressive. Even Portugal fans said like he's not that good. So I wouldn't be that much scared of him, in all honesty. But they did sign Emil Smith-Rowe, and they paid an insane amounts of money for him for a club that is Fulham. I mean, they paid 32 million euros, which is a lot. They signed another centre back in Cuenca. Ryan Sessegnon is here again in full. I think he was at Fulham before, if I'm not mistaken. And they have some of the players, but they lost Palinha, who was a physical presence in their midfield. He went to Bayern Munich, for 50 million euros. They lost Tosin to Chelsea. They lost their goalkeeper Marek Rock, who is actually really solid for Slovakia as well. He went to as much as they kind of improved in some places, they lost a lot of players as well. Very important players, especially for their spine. I believe that we can beat him. We will talk about it further, but I wouldn't be that scared of Fulham. I know that we lost to them 2-1 that game. I just want to forget it. That 2-1 game that we lost in the last minute, which was absolutely atrocious. I don't believe, and I hope that we don't do the same mistakes. Trying the high line, trying to be desperate to score a goal. I hope that we finish this game with 20 minutes to go, or to 10 or 10 minutes to go, or something like that. I don't want another dramatic end to the game, and hopefully Ten Hag will finally win a first game at Manchester United, especially at Old Trafford since he came in.
We beat Wolves at home last season on the first game.
Oh yeah, that controversy. Yeah, you're right.
Got like a loss though, didn't it?
Yeah. You get my point. You go get my point. Come on.
No, I remember Monday refused to accept the PGML's apology for not issuing a penalty against Onana, and went on all season now. It was never a penalty.
Oh my god.
That was a funny show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to explain that he didn't see. It's a crowded box. And Onana didn't see where he's running into. He's looking at the ball, running like that, and landed in someone who's in his way.
He's going to have a big season on Monday for me.
Yeah, well, he will. He's already backed himself by saying he's going to take more risks, and I'm looking forward to it. Mr. B, are you doing a watch along tomorrow?
I have no idea.
Okay, well,
I have no idea.
What's happening about Solo 11, man? Come on.
Obviously, everybody here already knows what the Solo 11 is all about. So I spoke to the boss today, and this is what he's thrown up. I didn't question it. I didn't argue. He told me the players. I put them in. If he had put Maguire in, if he had put McFuckery's in, I would have put him in, but he didn't, and we don't have benches on here. So, guys, he has gone with Onana, Mazraoui at right back, De Ligt right centre back, Martinez and Dalot. He's gone with Mount, Casemiro and Kobe in midfield, and he's gone with Ahmad, Rashford, and we're going to shadow striker himself, Bruno Fernandes. Guys, talk to us. Talk to me. Talk to them.
I've made one change and one positional change to that for what I think is going to start. I think that Mazraoui will play left back, Dalot will play right back, and Garnacho will start over Ahmad.
Yeah.
And then apart from that, I think that's the team, yeah.
Do you believe the Ligt is going to start immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so, because Maguire's not quite there yet, is he, in terms of his fitness? And you've just brought in, like, we've rushed through this deal to get them registered in time to play against Fulham.
Yeah.
I think he's got to play, hasn't he? Like that, with the exception of like Luke Shaw, that is his first choice back five, and he'll want them together as much as possible, like in game time.
Yeah, makes sense. I haven't watched press conferences, by the way, so I don't know what he said. But when you say it, and Andrew is saying that the Ten Hag kind of hinted that the Ligt is going to start, and it makes sense, right? He's fit. Well, we hope, and he knows how Ten Hag wants to play. So yeah, that makes sense.
The interesting thing for me, I'm excited about Xerxes, and I'm gonna have to think of a different name for him, a nickname for him, because I think he's going to blow up. Jay-Z, yeah. I don't like Jay-Z, so I'll that. Good one. What I will say is this: what do we do? Because I think the manager's got faith in a fit Mason Mount, and Mason Mount's playing like that role in midfield three. Bruno's obviously as the false nine. I like that, but if Xerxes comes in the side, clearly, am I right in saying that he's going to play where Bruno's playing, and then Bruno's going to replace Mason Mount?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Is that what we think will happen?
Yeah, I don't know, because for the first time in a while, I feel that we've got some decent squad depth in certain positions.
Yeah.
Bruno is like 29, I think, and I wonder how long his sort of like superhumanness in terms of availability can last. I think it's really frustrating that Xerxes didn't play in the Charity Shield. So we're not. I assume that's the reason why Solo isn't including him in the team, because we haven't seen him play yet, and for his first minutes to be in a competitive Premier League game would be highly unlikely. But that's one for the manager to sort out, isn't it, on Monday? Because could you play Bruno as a 6 or an 8 instead of Casemiro? Or
look, this is not. We're trying to predict what the manager's going to do. I say yes, we could. And if you can answer that, I think we could. He's 29 now. His numbers are fantastic. He's been a great player for us over the years. I'm pleased he signed a new contract. But yeah, I think over the years he's going to slowly go back. A bit like Mateus started off as attacking midfielder, did centre midfield in the World Cup, then ended up as a sweeper. As you do, like yourself, Bath Time, as you lose your legs, you get more experience and you sort of start dropping back a bit, don't you?
Why do you keep saying this? I haven't dropped back. You keep trying to get me to play as a centre back. Yeah.
You know what you see? That's why.
Anyway.
Start playing centre back. No.
All right. What I'm saying here is, I think Zertz, what we got now is options, which is good and exciting options. And we've seen the manager make changes maybe after 50 minutes, 55, 60 minutes. That's good because you want to be. Well, I think we've seen that in pre-season. We've seen that in the not the FA Cup, the Charity Shield as well. I think we're going to see a lot more of that because you do intensity levels that we want to provide. If you've got a good squad, you can say, right, give it all you got. You got 60 minutes out there and put it to work in, and then we can bring someone on with fresh legs, who's quality as well to come on.
Do you think this is going to be a new thing? Because last season, we constantly complained about the lack of rotation. Like Garnacho was featured in 36 out of 38 Premier League games. We thought that he was pretty late with his subs a lot of the time. Do you think with a better squad, that's going to change?
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. So it'll be interesting to see with the new guys raring to get on the pitch and fans, especially a home game like this. If we're 2-0 up, I think after 60 minutes, Zertzi could be coming on. And obviously, you want to keep these guys happy, don't you? Like Ahmad, you talk about Garnacho and Ahmad. That's a dilemma that we have. But Ahmad deserves to start, And I've heard you say recently, Bath Time.
I think he does.
Mr. B, back me on this. Bath Time said recently that you don't see Ahmad having the physicality or the stamina or the fitness to last out games. But he can only get that from games. I want to see him play. I'm sure a majority of people do. Dora, you're excited by him as well, aren't you? This guy, Dallo, we've got options now. We're not even talking about Anthony. We haven't even mentioned him. We're talking about the next man in line will be Garnacho or Ahmad fighting position. And we haven't even mentioned Sancho. So Sancho and Anthony, we're not even talking about them. We haven't even raised their name. No one in the comments have mentioned their name. And we're talking about squad rotation. So I like the options, Dora.
Yeah, I'm curious. I think that Ten Hag would want, because he signed him. Oh my God.
What's that
I
about?
hate summer. I swear to God, I'm going to. I will just say this while I'm killing this stink bug. I will say that I caught it. Yes. So I think that we have squad depth. I love that. I think that especially in the attacks, since we struggled last season, and we try to rotate, and Højlund is injured. He's going to come in as well after he recovers. So you have options there. In the midfield, I'm curious to see, because Ten Hag, obviously, he signed him. I'm curious about Mason Mount and his starts to the team, because we saw that he likes him at number 8. I think that Bedtime, mentioned the way he presses. He presses really well. He's, really good in dispossessing the opposing players in their third. I'm curious to see if Ten Hag goes and says, look, Kobe, you are one of a kind, but you will probably need to sit down a bit. So maybe we will see something like Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno once more, maybe this season. Who knows? Maybe we want to overplay or play Kobe every single game, which I know people are going to be up in arms, but I think it's very sensible, especially for a 19-year-old kid. You saw Garnacho last season. He played 34, I think, by the time, correct me if I'm wrong, 34 games in a row, which is absolutely insane. Maybe we see something like Kobe with Mount and Bruno in the midfield. Kobe as a number 6 with Casemiro out. We know that he can do it. It's not his best position, but we know he can do it. So it will be interesting to see how Ten Hag manages minutes of Mason Mount and Kobe Mainoo, who is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, a lot of question marks. Do I believe Amad Diallo deserves to start in front of Garnacho? Not yet. I think Amad is, for me, in the same boat as Mctominay last season, in terms of he's for now an insane weapon from the bench. And I think that Garnacho isn't going to start every single game there. And I believe that Ahmad is going to get more starts this season for us. He will get more minutes, and he is going to get a bigger role in the squad. And I cannot wait for it. But I still don't believe that he is going to start over Alejandro Garnacho on that right side.
Can I ask you something? Who's been our best player in pre-season? Ahmad, by a mile. By an absolute mile, Ahmad's been our best player. So I'm going to ask you, we talk about team morale and the fact that you need to give players their wings. Ahmad's done nothing wrong. All right, Garnacho, to be fair, Garnacho came in and scored. Ahmad didn't score in the last game. But I think for team confidence, no, maybe not team confidence. Maybe that's not the word. Not team
squad
confidence.
morale.
Yeah, that's the one. For squad morale, I think Ahmad should be starting. If you've had the preseason that he's had, and don't forget, he played well coming to the end of last season as well. To have carried that form on over and not start the first game after the preseason that he's had, I think that would be a disrespect. I'm not the manager, but
I don't know. I believe that he will have. Sorry, Beth. I'm going.
I put a poll in chat to see who people want to start between Ahmad and Garnacho, and it is.
Sorry, Barton, is it actually between Ahmad and Garnacho, or is it Garnacho and Rashford? Or
no.
Rashford's going to start.
On Monday, Rashford starts.
Okay, yeah,
he played how he played last season, and he started. And everybody's talking about his sharpness this season. I think he's.
And also, Rashford's been there the whole pre-season.
So we've heard what Mr. B, the Jamaican, has to say. What does the poll have to say?
Very good.
Bardzo dobrze. Bardzo dobrze.
The poll is 67% want Ahmad, or think that Ahmad should start. What I would counter that with is that, like, we won the FA Cup with Garnacho playing right wing. Garnacho has come in and has scored. I think that Garnacho is more trusted by Ten Hag because Mr. B said Ahmad hasn't done anything wrong in pre-season. Ahmad's pressing work is still a little bit dodgy. And we've seen huge improvements from Garnacho in that area. Garnacho's come through the youth side from our academy. He's been there longer, so he should know the system better. I'm not doing Amad Diallo down. I think he's done everything to show that he should certainly be ahead of another player that we thankfully haven't mentioned until now, which is the great Anthony, who, I mean, God knows what is going on with him. But I think that, to start the season and to start it off well, Ten Hag will stick with his trusted lieutenants. And I think that Garnacho, he has more trust in than Amad Diallo, even though Amad's had a superb pre-season. Apart from the fact he doesn't get inside enough on the press.
Mr. B's right, though, about morale. Amad's had a great pre-season. He's looking good. He's enthusiastic. See the energy he's got. Look at all these pictures here. He's the only one that's really putting that smile on, that cheeky smile. I know Bruno just looks like that naturally anyway. He's not even smiling. But I think with Dallo, I think you have to play the kid because we talk about Garnacho, how he came into the side, coming off the bench. We all said, yeah, great coming off the bench. We gave him a few games starting. Didn't go so well. Then we said, he's an impact player, and now he's established. He had a good season last year, which I think was the season that established him as a player, first-team player, in and around the first team. Dallo has not been given the same opportunity. We want equal rights. It's not to do with him being black, by the way. I just want equal rights for Dallo to see what he's got. Because every time he's always impressed. Remember, about 2-3 seasons ago, he scored against AC Milan in the Europa League. Came on and had that header.
Bang. Yeah.
So he's never properly been given his opportunity. And all the things that you wanted him to strengthen on, or we're judging him on minimal appearances. So it's hard to really make a true assessment. But we saw in the preseason that he's a shining light. And I think, it's squad rotation in it. But I'm delighted to have him and have that poll and have that debate about quality players coming through rather than having Anthony with his growly face come off the bench.
I will just say this.
He's got to do the same thing. that like he has to sort of like that it's Garnacho's shirt for now. Like, remember, everyone wanted Garnacho to have the number 7 for this season and so on. Like, is it not like up to Ahmed to sort of bide his time a little bit, be given opportunities by the manager, and force his way into the team?
Which he's taken.
Sorry?
Which he's taken. And you think he's taking his chances in pre-season?
Yeah, but I mean, like, Andreas Pereira took his chances on pre-season.
But I'm talking about the end. I'm talking about the end of last season as well. To be fair, it should. If we're going on last season and this season, then Rashford shouldn't be starting. It should be Garnacho and Ahmed, but he's never going to be brave enough to do that.
Yeah.
Rashford was instrumental in winning the FA Cup. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Rashford, but like that pass that he played out to Garnacho to combine with Bruno to slip Kobe in, like no one else in our team, like no other winger in the team could have played that pass. And I mean, I also wondered about like Rasmus Højlund, like where he's gonna sort of come in, because we saw him being effectively used towards the dog end of the season as a substitute, like coming on and getting a couple of goals against starting defenders.
I mean, look, you're talking like it's this the whole point of having two different strikers is so that we pick and choose the games where Højlund's going to be more beneficial than that.
Yeah.
All right. So why is Ahmad more beneficial against Fulham than Garnacho?
I'm not okay. I will go back to the fact that I think he's proved he's earned his spot. I think he's earned his spot. He's earned his starting spot. Garnacho wasn't there, granted. So maybe he didn't have that competition, but on pre-season, what he's done in pre-season and from last season, and when he was allowed to play, he should be starting. He should be the first name on the team, one of the first names on the team sheet.
But what about the fact that Garnacho came on in the Charity Shield and scored?
So he comes on again.
Morale?
No, because then he comes on again. He comes on again and scores, and then guess what? You've then got that individual competition between the players. If Ahmad has done what he's done, and then Garnacho walks straight in ahead of him, Ahmad's probably thinking already, what's the fucking point? There's no point in me breaking my neck because I'm not going to start. You start him, you give him the hour, or you give him the 50 minutes, whatever you want to give him, because he's going to do something in the game. He's going to do something in the game. He's going to create a couple of chances in the game. Right. And then Garnacho comes on to finish the game.
All right, Mr. B, you run a team, right? Yeah. Okay. So if you had a young player that did really well last year, scored a lot of goals, was your best route into the box, all the things that Garnacho did, and a guy came on pre-season and did well.
Yeah, it's not just pre-season. You're talking like he played well at the end of last season as well, half time. You forget
as a substitute.
And now he's earned his space. Now
then why hasn't Garnacho coming on and scoring against Manchester City?
Garnacho hasn't been on pre-season half time. You're just going to throw him straight back in.
Well, if he's fit, I think yeah. But what I want to know is like what would you do in that situation as a manager with the managerial experience?
I'm playing Ahmad.
Yeah.
Okay. You're talking. Sorry, I want to add. You are talking about if Ten Hag doesn't put Amad Diallo in the starting 11 after good pre-season that he had, the morale is going to drop. But you're dropping Garnacho, and morale is not going to drop. If you get, but you know what will happen? I believe Ten Hag is going to start Amad Diallo more. I don't think Garnacho is going to start every single game. However, throughout the season, we will see more and more Garnacho in that starting 11 as usual. He will get his chance.
It's not that I expect to happen. I think Garnacho is a better player than Ahmad. But Ahmad gives the team something else. Ahmad don't lose the ball. Ahmad is a possession-based footballer, and that's what we want.
Do you think that the Sancho stuff might influence the thinking of Ten Hag, where the big hissy fit he had? I think we sort of boiled it down to the fact that Anthony played every bloody game, regardless of what Sancho did in training, and that might sort of benefit Diallo this year.
Well, look. Going back to things, a great discussion. I do think this is where the manager needs to come in and keep them on their toes. You want to keep Ahmad motivated. You play him for a period of time, and you bring on a fresh young guy. They're not gonna be like Sheringham and Cole coming off the pitch and not high five with each other. You know, they want each other to do well, but they're not fighting for the same position. They can be versatile here. I think it's a great option to have two young, hungry wingers who have got the world at their feet. They can really show something, and they're at Man United. And we're going to enjoy viewing them and embrace them. I can't wait for Ahmad to score a goal. I can't wait for Garnacho to score like he scored the other day. That's fantastic. Where he cut inside and shot with his left foot. He's come on leaps and bounds. But my point is, I just want Ahmad to have the same opportunities to show, because we can speculate now. Oh, he doesn't do this well. He doesn't press well. He's not fit enough to run games. The only way to do that is give the guy game time. Let him have a run of games where he can really get the crowd going. And I think tomorrow, if he does start, or the game at Old Trafford, that's his stage. Make it, own it, and I think he's got the character, the personality to do that. Without no slight on Garnacho, I think they're both fantastic.
So, would you pick him to start tomorrow over
Garnacho? I would, because then, like in the Charity Shield, as Mr. B mentioned, you can always take him off, and he didn't sulk. Because he started, you can see when he came off. Well, why is he taking him off? Maybe he's starting thinking about the Fulham game, And he took Kobe off as well. We want to see this. We discussed it earlier in the show, didn't we, Dora? About Kobe playing so many games and maybe tiring him out, and Garnacho playing so many games last season. But these guys in the Charity Shield dragged after 50, 60 minutes. And I'm thinking, are they going to be upset about that? They came off thinking, all right, cool. So I think against the Fulham game, start with Dalot. And Rashford is the one.
Ahmad.
Sorry. Yeah, what's his name? Ahmad Diallo. I'm trying to say Diallo, yeah. Start with Diallo, Ahmad Diallo, and then Rashford is the guy, the full guy, who should be under threat based on performance. He's got experience and everything else, but if you want a good, a productive team, if Rashford isn't performing after 3-4 games, then you can look at both of them starting, Garnacho and Ahmad. So I love the options. That's what I'm saying.
Can I say as well? It would, because Garnacho can play both sides. Would it be like a threat to both players in regards to Ahmad's playing and Rashford's playing? If one of them ain't performing, they know that Garnacho can come on and play either side. It'll keep both of them on their toes, rather than it being Garnacho is only going to come on the right hand side for Ahmad.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. The other thing that I've just realised that we haven't talked about either is the relationship with the fullbacks. I think that with our three sort of like main wingers, Rashford, Garnacho, and Ahmad, Rashford is definitely the hardest to drop, just because of who he is, the contract and stuff like that. And I believe that we've signed people like Xerxes to get the best out of him, rightly or wrongly. I'm no fan of Rashford, but you can't deny his technical ability is something that's very, very rare to find. But I think how we'll see this question answered of Ahmad, Garnacho, Rashford is the relationships that are built with Mazraoui. We know that Dalot always seems to play the same side as Garnacho. And I think that that's another reason why Garnacho will probably start, and they'll work on that in training, because it's not just about the individual performance of Ahmad. It's about like the team performance. So really the player to watch, I think, is Mazraoui, and see who he links up with best. And that we might get our answer from there. But I also agree that whilst I think that Garnacho is the player that should be starting and stuff, I think that Ahmad has fought back fabulously in his time, and he's shown real character to sort of like compare him to Jadon Sancho, man. Like he's character.
Night and day, innit?
Yeah, like it's unbelievable. And the really interesting thing is that there is one player in our team, a winger, who has a relationship with Mazraoui. and that is Antony. And I do not want to see, like Monday was saying, Ten Hag's got to do stuff to keep them on their toes. Imagine if he starts Antony over both of them.
Wow.
Because of the Mazraoui connection. But I'm just interested, Dora, you haven't spoken for a bit about what you think about the relationship with the fullbacks and how you see all that playing out over the season.
Well, it will be interesting for sure. I think that Dalot and Rashford, I think they will fare well, in my opinion. I don't know why, because, since Shaw is not going to play, I think we will see Dalot on that left side rather than Mazraoui, because we saw him multiple times last season in that position. Yeah, it will be interesting to see, what is going, is Antony in a limbo? Where is he going to be? Because, we have more and more incoming players. Of course, we are going to get rid of them, some of them. If Mctominay goes, another place on the bench is going to, or in the squad is going to be, opened. He's in a limbo. And I believe at this moment in time, even with the Jadon Sancho in, he's like a fourth right winger in a pecking order, in my opinion. I don't know how Ten Hag sees it. That's my opinion. It will be interesting. I think, honestly, I will be completely honest with you. Since we signed Mazraoui, I don't know how he plays. I will need to see his style of play to see how he's going to fare up with someone like Garnacho, for example, or someone like Amad Diallo, because those two are different players as well. They offer different things. And it will be interesting to see maybe in some cup games or whatever, how he fares up with Antony. But yeah, we will see. I think there are a lot of question marks in this squad, and hopefully we see good development of the chemistry between the players, especially on the flanks. It's been a huge issue. I mean, Shaw and Rashford were okay, but Shaw isn't playing at all. I'm curious to see how either Mazraoui and Dalot fares with Rashford this season, especially once again, since we are going to play with false nine, with Zirkzee and someone like Bruno Fernandes up top. So yeah, a lot of question marks, and that's why I'm very excited for that game tomorrow.
Is anyone a little bit worried about the false nine after seeing England in the Euros and how lots of players didn't seem to be able to kind of dovetail with Harry Kane?
So Harry Kane was the false nine. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, because he was dropping really deep, wasn't he?
Yeah, you got to think who their coach was as well, though, innit? Southgate. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, I think if you see with Bellingham, they played last night, or was it last night they played in the Super
that goal, man, from Mbappe.
Yeah. So when you look at the starting lineup, you're thinking, well, where's Bellingham going to play? Because last season he played as a false nine with Rodrigo and Vinny. So they started yesterday with Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vinny. Just slotted Bellingham back into midfield three, which is something we might consider Bruno doing long term. He's been playing that false nine for us like Bellingham last season. He's probably going to drop off to midfield three once we get the guy Xerxes going, start getting him clicking, because I think he's going to really create everything. He's going to be the main focal point of our attack and bring people into play and get our wingers scoring, making runs off the ball.
Do you?
Yeah.
You think that
scoring more goals?
Bruno?
No. I think Xerxes is going to be causing so many problems this season for defenses, and he's going to bring everyone into play. His 1-2 touch thing, bringing wingers in. He's going to be rolling people in, peeling off the defenders, driving at people, 1-2s. We're going to see some beautiful football. How many people got off their seat? Dora, I know you did. When you watched Charity Shield, Dora, when we saw that move, that one-touch passing move in the final third, how beautiful was that? When was the last time you saw Man United do anything close to that? It doesn't happen. So
was that when Mount missed? Like Ahmad didn't get the ball across the net. That was lovely. Yeah.
I didn't see the Charity Shield game because I was out at Ed Sheeran concert. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
It's the first time that a ginger person had been allowed into Croatia.
We have ginger people in my town.
40,000 people went to see him.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Mr. B is going to die. Thank you, Best Time. We have ginger people as well. Best Time. It's not exclusive to United Kingdom, Best Time. Don't be so self-centered. Oh my god! It's like. The way you say it, it's like I'm not going to like.
Dora,
we have ginger people.
One question: did you have your lighter out on the concert?
No, lighter.
Yeah,
are you insane?
Did he make you cry?
No, I'm not like. I know his old songs, but the new ones, I was like, opening my mouth. But I loved it. He was great. He was amazing. But like, I cannot, smuggle a lighter at a concert. Are you insane? We had
smuggle.
You cannot bring lighters at a concert.
Oh, really?
Oh, do you know what? I just assumed it was outside. Sorry.
He was outside, but we couldn't do it. Like I think they forbid. Yes, but you cannot bring lighters. It's dangerous. People are going to, or burn something. Like it was 38 degrees Celsius outside. I was
wow.
Very sweaty. But
when was the last time you two went to like a sort of a big concert or something? They haven't allowed lighters in for like 10 years.
Yeah.
You hold your phone up now.
You know what? To be fair, if I can't smoke wherever I go, I ain't going. And if it's outdoor, nobody ain't telling me I ain't smoking.
To be fair, I smuggled it in for a
see?
But I didn't do anything with it. The lady didn't even, she was like, but I mean, even at Enrique Iglesias concert that I went to in 2015 with my
Julio Iglesias.
Enrique Iglesias, his son.
Oh, he's got a son.
I Could Be Your Hero.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh my god.
I
think we need to. Yes, and oh my god, I almost started singing "Living La Vida Loca" that's Ricky Martin. You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape my love. Or Bailamos. Oh my god, how do you not know Enrique Iglesias? Oh my god, you mentioned Julio Iglesias. How old are you? Oh yeah, of course you do. You're like my mother. You're like my mother.
I'm 25.
Oh my god.
That's dad. It's the dad.
Yeah, I'm the uncle, man.
It's like,
I thought you were talking about the dad.
God, like it's like I'm listening to my mother. Oh,
what's the last sort of like new artist that you bought a CD or a tape cassette or a Betamax of?
Who are you talking
about?
What
century are you in?
Yeah.
if I tell you the last album I bought, you would piss yourself.
Go on.
Come on, like
the last album I bought was NWA.
Oh wow!
And I tell you right, my mum threw it in the bin. How dare you bring that trash into my house? Can't you hear what they're saying? So I've come in after 2 weeks of playing it loud, can't find a record, can't even find the sleeve cover. I said to my brother, Mum's thrown it away. No. About 4 years after one Christmas, she said, yeah, I threw away that fucking record that I told you not to be playing. I thought, wow.
And you never bought another one?
No, because I didn't. No, I just didn't.
Not the last album, I got 12-inch the other day. Do you know this song, John Farnham? The Voice. We're not going to live in silence. We're not going to live in fear. Whoa. You know that tune there?
I bought
this the other day.
I don't, I'm afraid.
Does anybody in the chat know? And look, while you're in there, guys,
The Voice, John Farnham.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. But I'm sure they are amazing. I think the last time we bought like a CD was, oh my god, it's like a domestic singer, artist, or a group. Then I think it was from a dance group, but it was like 20 years ago. I cannot remember. I think to be quite honest, and I know this is probably, but we have fairs here, and people would bring pirated CDs, and we would, buy it. So
yeah, but that's old. You don't do that now, though, do you?
No, come on. Who uses CDs? Like,
listen, I'm just making sure that
you don't have CD-ROMs.
You can't even smoke outside. So
you don't have Oh my god! You don't have CD-ROMs in your computers anymore. Like, you need to buy, the thing that Omondi has, gramophone or cassettophone. Oh my god, cassette! I sound so Slavic. Like a cassette thing. Like, I don't know.
Cassette player.
Cassette player. Sorry, I'm just so. I sound Gen Z, but I'm not Gen Z. So, which is very, very, very strange. But yeah.
All right, should we do predictions, or
because
we continue talking about music?
Guys in the chat, let's get some score predictions in, please. I'm going to put mine out there first. I think it's going to be 2-0. I think we're going to create a lot of chances and not put away the chances. My only issue for this season is who scores our goals. That's the biggest problem. I think defensively, I think we'll be all right. I think midfieldish, we'll be okay. My worry is who scores our goals, because you can't be. You can't. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm worried McTominay's fucking leaving. One time. Yeah. I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0.
I would agree with 2 goals for United, but I think we'll concede. So I'll go. I'm going to push the boat out at 3-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4-0 United. I think we're going to go and smash them. Hey, click that. Click it, guys. Guys in the comment, click this. He's laughing at my prediction. 4-0 Man United.
No, I want to know.
Absolutely smash them.
Who's scoring on Monday?
I think Bruno's going to score because he's going to be in that sort of position. I think the wingers are going to score a couple of goals each. And we're going to see Sergi come off the bench and get an assist. 4-0 Man United. Let's go.
Can I just say something on Monday? So, last season, we played 60 games and 55 of them you said 1-0. And the first game this season, you've gone 4-0 to United.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've changed because I've got more faith now. That faith comes from confidence, comes from achievement. And what we've achieved over the last few weeks, and with Ineos in charge as well, we've seen on training ground, it's just infectious and it's rubbing off on me. So I'm really confident about the season.
Are you more hopeful than you've been for a while?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I've been holding back. I'm not really.
Yeah, I am as well.
Back. I'm really excited about what we're going to do. Dora, prediction, please.
I agree with Mr. B. 2-0. 2-0. I think we're going to beat Fulham. I don't believe in their attack. I think they lost some of the players. They did improve, like they did get Smith-Rowe and the others, but I think it's Old Trafford. It's first true game under the new owner or new infrastructure. Everyone is going to be there. So yeah, we are going to beat 2-0.
Can I quickly do some predictions here? We've got Kieran saying 3-1. We've got 2-1 from Andrew Williams. We've got a 3-0.
He said 2-1 Fulham. Andrew.
Oh,
bro,
right.
It's the first game of the season. Oh, shame.
No, it's Man United.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm tired. Sorry.
And this one as well, Matthew Bassett. Have a go at him because he's done the same thing. Got 2-1 here from Bart. Obviously going to United. 3-1 from Richard Hawkins. Big up Richard Hawkins, by the way. I saw your comment earlier about his first game was in 1966. Way back that we went to Old Trafford. So it shows how diverse we are on this channel, not just young people. I put a fiver on 4-0 because you said it. Thanks, Kieran. Who else we got? 3-1 DK Wilson. DK Wilson been quiet today, and he did say where he's from early in the show, but I can't remember where he said.
Anchorage.
All right, you clock that one. 3-0 says Retro. Big up Retro as well, and big up to Noah. Noah's in the house. And he said, big up Mr. B, Darius, Yaba, and Dora the Legend. Thank you so much. 5-2 says Shopping Solutions.
God, I haven't seen him for ages. I hope you're well, Shopping Solutions.
And 3-1 from Cohen. And last one, V is saying 5-0 as well. Wow. Tune in.
Right. Guys, we have been talking for a little while. Obviously, on Monday, you came in with your noodles. You was all right. I can smell mine cooking now. So it's not bloody noodles, I tell you. So look, with that, we are going to actually end the show. We will be back tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow, guys. Just hit the notification bell. Just hit the notification bell, and we see what happens tomorrow. Dora.
Laku noć. What? Sorry, I was distracted because there are qualifications for a Europa League, Conference League, and every single Croatian club got dropped out besides Rijeka, I think, and Dinamo has still a chance. So it's depressing here right now, and I'm just reading the reaction. I'm so sorry. What did you ask, Mr. B?
I know. I was just going to say.
You didn't say anything. You said Dora.
I just said Dora, and you paused and said.
Laku noć.
Yeah, that's the one. Rally noć. Whatever you said. Yeah.
Oh my God! Like I am awake since 4 o'clock in the morning. Come on, guys. Of course, I'm going to say Laku noć or good night, as it seems. Like, have a great evening, and we will see each other tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a watch along tomorrow. I'm gonna sit here and I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna sit down here and not be mad. So I will be doing a watch along tomorrow, guys. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, at 8 o'clock UK time. So probably 8 o'clock kickoff. You'll go 7:45.
7:45. Yeah, 7:45. We'll jump on and get everything going. Right. So we gotta say our buys, guys. We gotta say our buys. My belly's rumbling. On Monday, can you say bye, please?
Yeah. Big up to everyone. V saying here, hi Dora. Any tips for Radstoke flying out soon?
Oh my God, that's my birth place of my grandmother. Amazing place. Just enjoy. It's really beautiful. Hopefully you don't get in the heat wave. I think after Sunday is going to be much better, but go there. It's nature. It's absolutely beautiful. Enjoy.
And Andrew Williams saying Mr. B is brilliant at watch-alongs. Why? I love his passion. Come on, United, says Richard Hawkins. Hey, everyone, Stephanie Griffiths, Matthew Bassett, Noah, Kieran, Andrew Williams, Richard Hawkins again, Rajat, Lucky Singh, two of the same, Kerwin, V in the house, DK Wilson. Am I missing somebody? Bilal. We got Bart, the serious fan as well. Matthew Bassett, big up to you. Retro 77 as well. We've got Shopping Solutions, Hydro. Wow, Paul Turney. Everyone's in the house tonight. Make sure you join us tomorrow, man, guys. If I missed one of you, just want to say thank you. And big up to Stephanie Griffiths as well, because she said, don't forget to write a comment on the YouTube video afterwards, and we will respond. So big up to you guys. Thank you so much, Mr. B. Right.
Bath time. Have you said bye already?
Yeah, Laku noć.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Laku noć. That's the one. Let's see you all tomorrow. Oh,